If you don't know already, I'm a huge fan of pixel art, so I have gathered 30 games considered to be the games with the best pixel art on the PS1, and I will be playing them on the Anbernic RG35XX+. And to make things more interesting, I'll be ranking their pixel art based on this tier list. So I have made 5 categories, say Magnifique, Exceptional, Commendable, Cool, and at the end of the video I'll choose one that stands at the top, the game that transcends space and time. So now let the test begin. People have definitely been sleeping on the pixel art for Arclight 3. The game series itself has always been underrated, and it's pixel art too. Just look at the design and the animation. For me, I will put Arclight 3 on Magnifique. Breath of Fire 3 has some solid pixel art, but the colors seem too saturated, a strain to one's eyes, so I will put this one on the Commendable tier. Now what they did wrong with the art on Breath of Fire 3, they perfected on the Breath of Fire 4. They improved the animation, and more importantly, they reduced the saturation and contrast. One of the best art direction to date. Definitely Magnifique. Castlevania Symphony of the Night excels in its animation. God knows how they did it, but it looks extremely fluid. I am not a fan of the design, but I am a huge fan of its animation. Magnifique. Chrono Trigger is an excellent Jrpg, so it pains me to say this, but Chrono Trigger lacks in its animation. Its pixel art, while it's not the worst, is also not too remarkable, so just cool. Digimon World 3 has one of the most cozy looking pixel art on the PS1. I mean, just look at these cute looking Digimon. It definitely would have been rated higher if it went for 2D pixel art battles as well. Such a shame, but I will still put this game in the exceptional category. Some have said this is the worst Dragon Ball game on the PS1, and judging from my tests, it feels super clunky and the pixel art is basically just taken from the anime, so just cool. Final Fantasy Tactics, a neat looking strategy RPG. It has got that classic look, but the art still looks great even for today's standard. Exceptional. Nothing notable, and mostly the sprites are just hovering around without any real animation. Gradius Gaiden, I will put it in the cool category. When I played this game 20 years ago, the graphics seemed amazing. But now, I can see that apparently they mainly only use skeletal animation, which does have its perks, but looks much less natural. Fortunately, this is suitable to show the movement of mobile suits, so exceptional. Herc's Adventures, an underrated game with surprisingly commendable pixel art. But yeah, just commendable. Lunar Silver Star Story. They have some fully drawn scenes which are amazing, but the rest of the game are just hand-drawn, simplified, chibi style pixel art. So, just cool for me. Mad Stalker Full Metal 4. Nothing too remarkable as most of the moves are repetitive, but the art is still largely enjoyable. So I will put it in the commendable category. Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes. They have good execution. They tried adding more effects and particles to make the moves of the characters look much more animated. So kudos to that. Exceptional. There is nothing wrong with this one, and I'm still a huge fan of Mega Man, but I will put it in the commendable tier as it does have some nice pixel art. But there is a lack of variation that may get boring after playing for a while. Metal Slug has one of the best pixel art during its era. Fluid animation and with plenty to see. Absolutely Magnifique. Now I haven't played much of Persona 2, but judging from the videos, it looks pretty neat, with the palette style similar to Arclight 3. Exceptional. One might say that Rapid Reload is a carbon copy of Metal Slug. It has commendable pixel art, but not as smooth, so I'll just put it in the commendable tier. Sayuki Journey West, a personal favorite. Love the pixel art style, but it's the nostalgia that wins me over. Exceptional. Strider 2's praise due to its fast-paced gameplay, making every move look phenomenal. But in truth, its animation is pretty limited, so I'll put it in the commendable tier. The gameplay, the pixel art, enough said. Suikoden 2 is Magnifique. Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. The remaster or updated port definitely looks much better, but this one still deserves its praise. Exceptional. The thing about Tales of Destiny 2 is that out of battle it looks breathtaking. The character sprites blend very well with the background, yet in battle the animation gets clunky, although this is somewhat a trademark of older Tales of series. So I'll put it in exceptional. The king of fighters is how you do pixel art in fighting games. The pixel artists may have been paid very well to achieve this level of frame-by-frame animation. C'est magnifique. A Thousand Arms is the opposite of Tales of Destiny 2. Out of battle, the pixel art looks sloppy and looks like the product of lazy animators. Looks much better in battles, but still, just okay to me. Cool. I wish I had more time to play this game and experience it for myself. But Valkyrie profile looks amazing, and it definitely looks like they took their time to make the art on this game. C'est magnifique. Vandal Hatsu looked promising, but it seems that budget is a constraint to the developers. They have a lack of variation in sprites, and I would say they don't have compelling character sprites, so I'll put it in the commendable tier. I was in awe with Xenogears from the get-go. Fluid animation and a great blend between its 2D and 3D object. It's a pioneer in the industry. Definitely c'est magnifique. Now there are two games I tried but does not seem to work in the RG35XX Plus, at least in its stock OS. First is Dragon Warrior 7, which actually does look super fine. Second is The Legend of Mana, which according to some may be the PS1 game with the best pixel art. Judging from YouTube videos, both may be assigned as high as C'est magnifique, but I have never really played any of them, so I will refrain putting them into this tier list. Now that we have assigned them all in their categories, it is time to pick the best one, the one that stands out the most, the one that transcends time and space. Ultimately, I chose Breath of Fire 4. The art direction is on point and pleasing to the eyes. I am pretty sure even just simple remaster may make this game still largely relevant for the next 25 years. When it comes to performance, the RG35XX Plus should play all PS1 games without issues. However, from my test, two games won't load, Dragon Warrior 7 and Legend of Mana. I tried different ROM versions and they still won't run. I only tested these games on the stock OS, so it might have been because of that. So if you have tried them on a custom OS, please let us know. So my verdict for Anbernic RG35XX Plus is great potential. It may perform better with a custom OS.